it's Dana from the Modern Mom Lounge. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Hope you guys are having a great week. I am, for sure. Thank you to everyone that joined last week. I think I learned so much about meditation, and I've incorporated it into my boys' schedule, and I got a little hems and haws in the beginning, but it turned out it's actually a really important and fun time with us, and 5 or 10 minutes, and it's really, I think, drastically helped the boys and their focus for this past week. Tonight, I have a very special guest. We're going to be talking about reducing plastics in the ocean, reducing plastics in our everyday life. I am going to introduce you now to Kira. She is a high school student, and she has a blog called climatekira.com, and I'll put up the information in a little bit on the bottom of your screen. But the blog focuses on climate change, education, and action. What I absolutely love is that she's so passionate about it, and she's in high school. So could you imagine how many people she can educate and how she can help climate control and by doing her part, and that she's starting at such a young age. I'm so admirable for her action. So I am going to bring Kira on for Live in the Lounge. Here we go. Hey, Kira.
Hi.
Thank you so much for joining me tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. I'm very excited because I know I'm going to learn a lot from you, and how passionate your mom is about climate change, and was so excited when you agreed to come on and talk to us about your passion and things that we can do when it comes to reducing plastics and also reducing animal products in our diet. So tell everyone a little bit about yourself and how you became so passionate about climate change.
Yeah, so I'm Kira. I'm a high school student from South Florida, and I'm really passionate about climate change mitigation and ocean conservation. I first became passionate about all this stuff. I used to go to California every summer, and that's really where I started to go hiking and explore nature. And I always sort of felt a need to protect it. So that's definitely where my passion for this stuff came from. And then as I got older and got to travel more, I saw a whale breach for the first time. That was a really life-changing experience. So traveling and seeing the wonders of the world sort of have definitely contributed to that.
I could imagine that must have been amazing to see the whale breach. Oh my God. So you have, just to touch on, you have a blog that you write articles on that very topic. It's called climatekira.com. And then you also have an Instagram account, which I want people to go and to follow, which is @climatekira. Very beautiful photos, very interesting. No, it's a great account. I enjoy following Instagram accounts where I'm going to learn something. I love beautiful imagery too, don't get me wrong. But if I could learn something new every day by different accounts that I follow, that's what I find is most satisfying for me. But first, let's talk about reducing plastics in the ocean. So where would you like to begin with this?
Yeah, so first I think we should talk about why plastic is such a big problem. Okay. So by 2050, there's expected to be more plastic than fish by weight in the ocean. And the equivalent of a garbage truck full of plastic is dumped into the ocean every minute. So it's a lot of plastic going into our oceans. And the main problem with plastic is that it never fully breaks down. It just turns into microplastics, which are just like smaller and smaller plastics. And animals in the ocean often mistake the plastic for food, which can cause a lot of health problems for them. And it's also bad for the environment for climate change because they're made from natural gas, which pollutes the air and releases greenhouse gases. And greenhouse gases hold in the heat, and that's what causes global warming and all the other issues that go with it.
Wow. I can't believe that statistic that there's going to be more plastic in the ocean than fish. Like that just, it blows my mind. So as consumers, as tourists traveling, being by the ocean, what would you recommend we could do, or just communities in general can do to help combat that? That's unbelievable.
Yeah, so one thing a lot of people think is that recycling is the answer to the plastic problem, and that's what the plastic industry has wanted us to think. But in reality, only 9% of all plastic ever created has been recycled, and only 2% is efficiently recycled. So recycling is definitely not the answer. So the best way to deal with plastic is to cut it off at the source. So there are a lot of easy lifestyle changes you can do to reduce plastics. So I always have reusable bags in my car for shopping. You can easily take them out, use them for grocery shopping instead of the plastic bags. You can also carry around reusable utensils, straws, and water bottles, so you have them on the go and you don't feel the need to take plastic utensils from restaurants or buy plastic water bottles if you're thirsty. You can also shop at farmers markets, which is great because you're supporting local farmers, but you're also avoiding plastic packaging that comes with the food at your traditional grocery stores. And then there are also some brands I want to talk about that are doing great things in the environmental space. So one of my favorites is called By Humankind, and they make hygiene products. So they make like conditioner and shampoo bars, bar soaps, biodegradable floss, and other green hygiene products. So these are all great because they eliminate the need for plastic bottles. And the great thing about this, so the first time you buy it, they'll send you a soap dish or a refillable container, depending on what you buy, and then you just buy the refills. So you only buy the container once, and then you just keep buying the refill. So you're not buying like a new bottle every time.
Every single time, which is adding to the whole plastic. Yeah. That is very interesting. So what was the name of that brand?
It's called By Humankind.
By Humankind. Okay, so that's a great one. Are there any other brands that you would recommend?
Yeah, there's also a chocolate one, which is awesome because who doesn't love chocolate?
I know.
It's called Alter Eco, and they make chocolate bars and truffles. And they do a lot of great work. They support small-scale farms. They use organic and fair trade ingredients, and they work to reduce waste. And then also Ben & Jerry's is a great company. I love their stuff. They make ice cream. Yeah, they make ice cream. And they also have a lot of non-dairy flavors, which I love. Instead of just being like sorbets, they make actual like regular ice cream flavors, non-dairy. And they don't taste like coconut, which I found with a lot of non-dairy ice cream.
Same here.
Yeah, I think they're made with almond milk, so they taste more like regular ice cream to me. But they're very socially responsible, and they advocate for a lot of issues like environmental justice, racial justice, LGBT equality, and a lot more.
What's your favorite flavor of Ben & Jerry's?
That's a good question. They have a lot of good ones. I like the half-baked.
That is a huge favorite. Yes, I like that. And then I just love their chocolate. They have so many amazing flavors, like combinations, but there's something about a really good chocolate ice cream by a socially conscious company too, no less.
Definitely.
That's so cool. So are there any other brands or like food brands or beauty products that you would recommend?
Yeah, so those three are definitely my favorite. I also know Lush Cosmetics. I'm pretty sure that they make like sustainable makeup. Honestly, I don't wear a lot of makeup and I haven't used their products yet, but they also do similar things where they do shampoo bars and conditioner bars. So it's more zero waste. So I think their stuff is pretty good. But again, like I haven't tried it personally, but I've heard good things.
So Lush is in the mall, right? There are the stores in the mall that I pass by and it smells delicious in there. And I know for a while, for my niece, she always loved the bath bombs and stuff. So I would go in.
That was a big thing.
Oh, those are so great. I know she got me turned on to it too.
Yeah.
So you know what I wanted to ask you though, and this is the shampoo bars. Do you use a shampoo bar?
Yeah, so I use the shampoo and conditioner bars.
And how does that work? Because I know that a lot of people are like, "What? It's a bar. It's not a liquid."
Yeah, so I was a little confused how to use it at first. What I learned to do, I don't know, honestly, I don't know if this is like the correct way to use it, but how I use it is I take the bar and like like rub it on my hair, because
Right.
I found that if I rub it on my hands and then put it in my hair, it doesn't get enough of the product into my hair. So I don't know if that's like the right way to use it, but that's how I found works. I mean, as long as you're getting the product into your hair and it's working for you, then
Right.
that's how you should do it.
I mean, it's a new trend, but it's such a great trend
Yeah.
because it's reducing plastic use, and it's a product that everyone needs. So I think it's such a great trend. It's one of the better
Yeah.
trends there. So reducing plastics in the ocean. Is there anything that we can do aside from support companies such as Ben and Jerry's that can do? You know, obviously we can't go into the ocean and personally help reduce plastic, but is there anything that you would recommend that we could do, or there are organizations aside from Ben and Jerry's maybe that you could recommend that maybe people could volunteer?
Yeah, so a great way to do that is to do beach cleanups. There's
Okay.
a lot of local organizations that will organize them. I know there's a lot in like the Boca, Palm Beach County area, but there are definitely some anywhere you live on the coast. And those are great. You can go there often on the weekends, so you can go pick up plastic on the beach, and that's a great way. It also helps with, like, if you live in a place where there's a lot of tourism related to the ocean, it also helps that, because then obviously your beaches aren't as dirty. You can also support organizations like Oceana and the Ocean Conservancy, and they do a lot of great work, not only with plastic, but a lot with like animal welfare in the oceans too.
It's amazing. Okay. And what I'm going to do is after the video, I'm going to post on the bottom some of these organizations. I'm going to grab some of their links that people can easily click so that they can see how they can very easily help out.
Awesome.
The beach cleanups did not even come to mind. And I remember I've seen so many advertisements, like Saturday mornings, a lot of my friends will take their kids and they go out to the beach, and it's good family time.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's a great thing to do with your family, because you can pick up trash and then you can have a fun day at the beach.
Exactly. That's awesome. So secondarily, we wanted to talk about reducing animal products in people's diets.
Yes.
Are you vegetarian or vegan?
I am sort of like a flexible vegan, I would say.
Okay.
I'm not strictly vegan because I know it's hard for a lot of people, including me. So I try to eat vegan as much as possible, but if I find something good with dairy and I want to eat it, I'm not going to say like, no, you can't eat dairy ever.
Right.
So I'm sort of more flexible.
That's cool. And what brought you to become a flexible or not be a carnivore per se?
Yeah, so I had always thought about going vegan, but I always really liked meat and dairy, and I had always been one of the people that said I'm never going to be vegan. It seems so hard. Then one day, I care about the environment, and one day it just clicked for me that is like, I heard that it was the number one way to reduce your greenhouse gases, but one day it just clicked. So I just tried it for 2 weeks, like full vegan for 2 weeks, and it went pretty well. And so after that, I have just been on the more flexible track. So I eat vegan as much as possible.
Okay. And so how do you, I guess, replace, because I know that animal meats and is a lot of protein. So what do you do in your diet to change it so that you make sure that you at least get the proteins that you need?
Yeah, so that's actually a big misconception, that animal products provide more protein than plants. But plants also can provide you with a lot of protein. So you can get it from like beans, nuts, chickpeas are a great way. That's a lot. I eat a lot of chickpeas. So yeah. And then also a thing with animal products and their protein is that they also come with like saturated fats and a lot of sodium. And then if you eat like chickpeas or plants, they usually don't have those other added things to it. So you can still get a lot of protein from like legumes and all that kind of stuff. So
are there any brands? I know that it's best to eat whole foods, where the vegetables and the fruit, but are there any brands, like you were saying, Ben and Jerry's has like the dairy-free ice cream. Are there any brands that you tend to lean towards when it comes to packaged foods? Or even, I guess, even in the produce department, but are there brands that you lean towards for that?
Yeah, so I tried these vegan sausages from Field Roast and
Hmm.
I love them. They don't taste like meat, but they are like they taste good on their own, like as their own thing. And they're
Hmm.
a good enough substitute that if you're craving meat, this will satisfy it for you.
Hmm.
So those are great. I haven't tried a lot of non-dairy cheeses. I'm a little bit scared too, because as my mom said, cheese is cheese. It's hard to recreate it.
Right.
Um, it's good. A lot of the non-dairy like desserts and ice creams are pretty good. So there are definitely substitutes if you have a craving for meat or dairy that you can get from other products. And I know a lot of people like the Impossible Burgers and Beyond Meat, so that stuff tastes more like meat.
It
So
does.
if you're,
But,
yeah, instead of like the Field Roast, which is similar but not exactly.
right. I tried Burger King has the Impossible Burger. Right?
Yeah.
My someone at work is kosher, so he can only have the Impossible Burger, and we were like, "What?" And he bought one for everyone in the office, and I have to tell you, it's really good.
Yeah, they taste extremely close to how meat tastes. It's
Yeah, consistency
pretty
and
cool.
so
Yeah.
so I was like, "This is great." And actually, one time after when I had, had to get a quick lunch, I went to Burger King, and I'm like, "I'd like an Impossible Burger, please." It was so
Yeah,
good.
they're a great substitute.
Definitely. So I have a question for you. So you're in high school. Are you going to do, is your major going to be something along the lines of climate change when you transfer into college setting?
Yeah, so I want to study environmental science or maybe something with policy, but I would
Mhm.
also love to do like a double major with that and then with marine biology because I'm also really interested in that.
I love marine biology also, actually. It was one of my favorite subjects when I was in high school. I absolutely
Yeah,
loved it.
it's
Just being by the
amazing.
ocean and learning the creatures, it's unbelievable. Okay, so I am going to ask you the speed round questions.
Sounds good.
So, okay, do you drink coffee or tea?
I like tea better.
Is there a type of tea that you like in particular?
I like iced tea mostly, either chai or black are my favorites.
Very cool. What's your favorite flower?
Lupins.
Lupins. I don't think I've ever seen a lupin before.
They
Now I
they sort of look like lavender. They're like purple and like I don't know how to describe them well, but
oh,
they come in different colors, but they're beautiful. So
I will definitely have to check that out. So if you are not doing your studies, then you are.
I would love to be hiking and whitewater rafting. We don't have a lot of that where I live, but that's what I would that's what I would like to be doing.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Is there any special places do you have any favorite places that you like to hike or?
Yeah, I like to go in California because I used to go there every summer with my family. And also, I go to camp in Canada and I love the hikes there.
Oh,
They're beautiful. So, yeah,
that's wonderful. Do you have a favorite quote?
yes. It's from David Attenborough. The question is, are we happy to suppose that our grandchildren may never be able to see an elephant except in a picture book?
Wow, that's powerful.
Yeah.
That's really powerful. Oh my gosh. I just got the chills from that, thinking about that. Do you have a favorite book or author?
Yes, my favorite book is The Lorax.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it sends such a good message for kids to grow up trying to take care of the planet.
Totally appropriate. And do you have any podcasts that you listen to? Do you listen to podcasts?
I don't. Actually, I listen to more music than podcasts.
Oh, what's your favorite? What's your favorite genre of music?
I've been liking alternative recently. My brother introduced me to some artists and some songs from that. So
That is very cool. Well, Kira, thank you so much for joining me tonight.
thank you for having me.
My pleasure. I'm very excited. I want to put on here so that everyone can see. You can find Kira at climatekira.com. That's her blog. And there's actually a subscribe, like a little short form at the bottom. So you can subscribe to get notification as her posts come out. definitely need to follow Kira on Instagram. I am in such admiration of your passion.
Oh,
And
thank you.
I hope that I see you doing huge things. Like I love this. I'm so appreciative of what you're doing. I mean, high school kids, I mean, the stereotypicals, like they hang out, like whatever. You are making a change. Like it's so amazing. And I thank you because I want my grandkids to see what an elephant looks like. So thank you so much for coming on. I will definitely be following along with you. And tell your mom I said hi.
I will. Thank you.
Have a great night. Thank you so
You
much.
too.